Welcome to the Local Live Show today. I have a few things lined up there to talk about. Early on, I made a Chatsi GPT, just a script there for my show, and I'm ready to go for my final show. I'm just saying, good evening, everyone. It's night now. Welcome to Local Live News and Sport Podcast Show. I'm your host, Lorcan, and we've got an exciting episode lined up for today. We'll be covering the latest news and highlights from the world of news and sports. So grab you a coffee, sit back, and let's dive into today's headlines. Which there's not many things there to go with. Back to I haven't got anything open as such. The only other thing I can look at is Bray People News, which I have in front of me here. The latest news there on the scene. Just the latest thing there. The last news then that's on it is shock of sea life to close. The people of Bray have been left in shock by news that Sea Life Aquarium, an icon part of the seafront for more than 25 years, will close. UK headquarters owners Merlin Entertainments made the announcement on Sunday morning, saying their priority now is the 15-20 employees and animals in the care. Local TDs have rallied in support of both too, calling on state agents to step in. I see Jennifer Whitmore has also stepped in, which is a good thing. She's trying to save it, and maybe the government tried to finance it in. Sea life aquarium closure, like losing a part of your childhood, says as well. It says on the thing, but that's the main news. Then on the front page, and then top Ray Boxing Club's fortune reverse has new home found. It just says 5 months after making the tough decision to close down boxing academy in Bray, recently celebrating full-time premises when they received our lease and keys for community facilities from Wicklow County Council. Wicklow TD John Brady has expressed his delight in helping to secure the premises for the community-based boxing club, which was risk of permanently closing down due to the lack of community space to operate from. This is a win for the community, as it says, a win for boxing in everything. I'm not sure whether it's going to be in the Olympics or not. Some debate going on there. I'm not sure. And then the next thing then that's on that SNA promised for special school will be offered 6 weeks contracts. School has staffing crisis and now needs to fundraise for facilities. Students at Newcastle School in Bray, which you see the picture there, Jennifer Whitmore and the most good stories there on the paper. And then new station to Coast Guard goes to tender. Councillor Mark Barry and Wicklow TJ Jennifer Whitmore at the Coast Station in Greystones. That station open plaza project works to begin soon and see the long-awaited refurbishment to the forecourt and Station Road area at Bray Railway Station is set to commence within a few weeks, according to Green Party TD Stephen Matthews, and that's the latest. And then more about the Signal Arts Centre. I see Save Our Signal Max nationwide appeal for help with secret arts sale. That's on that. The Bray Station Arts, which was established over 30 years ago, has launched a nationwide SOS call out to artists and creators to help save our signal. The appeal for artists to donate a work of their choosing will be sold at a public exhibition where the names of the artists on each piece will be withheld until their artworks are sold. All this is done in the cold and sometimes the wet. The roof occasionally leaks. It has no double glazing or insulation. That is on the side. And Bray Institution for the Education awarded key funding for newest facility fencing, and Wicklow TD and Minister for Further Education Simon has announced that an application submitted to Kildare Wicklow Education and Training Board for an investment in fencing for Bray Institute of Further Education has been greenlit and will proceed to tender. This is phase one of the project, with two further projects planned for the Biffy campus, including a new roof, a new modular facilities also planned. Announcing the approval of Friday, October, the Minister has said, I'm delighted to announce the Biffy's application for fencing work is set to go ahead. This is a much needed investment in the college, and I look forward to seeing the works being completed soon. So then that's the story then. Uh, on that. And then Bray DJ was at rock bottom when she became mule in 15K scam Cortez. Scam proceeds were sent to Nikki Hayes' account, and that was story was on something else. It was on BBC One, or it was on RTE News. So that's the story then on that. And then Ockram and Ballymount GA clubs received 25,000 to develop walking tracks. I see. I want to congratulate both Ockram and Ballymount GA clubs on the successful application and thanks to them for the work they do on behalf of the community and the invaluable contributors year round. So that's on that. And then ex-solicitor Lynn's trial for alleged theft of 27 million from bank begins. That story there was a former solicitor has gone on trial accused of theft of over 27 million from several banks and building societies 17 years ago. Michael Lane, 56, with addresses in Millbrook Court, Red Cross, and Arklow, pleaded not guilty to 21 counts of stealing property from various financial institutions between 2006 and 2007. So that was on the news before. It was might have been on Live Line. It might be. I'm not sure. It might have been on about that. So a National Line networks get up to speed at first post-COVID networking event in Bray Centre. So on that's then on that. So I'm just going to go quickly through the paper. There's community notice board there. I see, and more pictures. Eleanor in shock as she's given Lifetime Achievement Award. That was on that paper. Bray Person of the Year, Desi O'Toole, received his award from Bray and District Chamber President Sarah Finnegan. So that's on that. And of course, special thanks to our sponsors, Bray District. So to all the pictures then on that, people getting awards there, Endeavour Awards, and that's a good luck story there and a good story. So the winners are on this page of paper there, and then quickly go through the thing there, and then deadline looms to have say on Wicklow climate action plan and Matthew Stevens in Bray Library computer going about that. So and then on the farming news, climate changes there amid perfect storm for farmers. So, and Baltiglass, Celtic say a great trades seen both ringside and online for all sort of cattle. There was fantastic yard full of quality heifers and bull stocks, limousine cross bullocks were in high demand. So that's just then on the farming there. And then that's on that. And then Wicklow dancing teacher to take centre stage at Ireland's largest art fair, I see. Nora Dodd with a piece, Kean Bay Ackle, which will be featured in Art Sources, so that's on that. And then Edward entertains his recipe there today is a fillet of beef, spring onion, potato cakes, roast shallot, and basmati reduction, and that's looks good. And then Irish public left the news as stores slowly close on refugees. That's another article then on that. And then there's an article then on dogs. Animal doctor Pete Wedderburn keeping up to date with the new social media. Dogs and cats are all the same, but the online world keeps changing. The dogs know about, I say, sure, the dogs are very clever. They know about laptops, they know about everything. So I'm not going to go there. So, and then on the film on tomorrow, Sister Act. E4 that's on tomorrow, which is Sunday here, and William Strait for sure, Romeo and Juliet that's on Tuesday. So I'm a bit late coming with the great people news here. So this week in 1997, Barbie Girl, Aqua, Tell Me, Barbara Streisand and Celine Dion, and they were the song. Aqua novelty song has sold over 8 million. It sold 8 million. I imagine Barbie Girl, which they used it for the Barbie Girl film, I see. And then David Mascott, his article, had the privilege of listening to a lecture given to the Ashford Historian Society. Speaker Vincent O'Reilly spoke knowledgeably of John Gray and his role in developing the Vartry Reservoir in the 1816. And there's a plaque there on Sir John Gray was born in Mount Street in Claremorris, County Wicklow, and Sir John Gray Manors Cemetery on O'Connell Street, Dublin. The Vartry Reservoir Water, and historian Vincent O'Reilly. So that article there, if you want to read it, there's a good article there. And then quickly go through the new life of for Old Quaker Farm. That article is Philip and Delpha Georgia brought an old Quaker farm lad and Bannock in Kilborough bride between Wicklow Town and British Bay in 19 and the Illinois realized they would begin an adventure that would draw them into 350 years of history. So that's another article there which is interesting there. And then I go through I'm not near the sports yet. Usually and then the Kodak moves to the next level. There's a review of the Skoda Kodiak. It just says, in addition to it's bringing out new models, Skoda is introducing a significant package of engineering, design, and speculation of enhancements for the 2004 24 model NWEC. Skoda's multi-award winning all electrics is set to deliver more performance, taste changing. So they're getting, and the Kodiak has good advancements as well. So they're getting more advanced there in all the cars. So as I go quickly through it. And then there's a proud night for Wicklow. Andy named Player of the Year. Andy O'Brien was announced as the 2023 Nicky Racket Cup Hurling of the Year, having been named on the Champions 15 team earlier this week. And uh, Christy Morehouse was named as well, and the other player that was named was Andrew Kavanagh. There was three Wicklow men there. Congratulations to them there. They played a great year on winning the Nicky Racket Cup, so that was well done. And there was other players there on that team from the other teams there. And then I go quickly through this. The match that was played the other day was Blessington, as I was saying, that was the main match really there that was on the last day. And the other match was there was no other matches there. There was all small match. There was another match actually on. It was Junior A football final. It was Bannacore 210 and Cool by 11 points, and that was a good win for Bannacore. And then the main match which I was at there the last day was the Senior Football Championship final. I'll treasure it for the rest of my life, says Kevin Hanlon. We've seen it in the last quarter-final semi and replay. We were stuck to what we were good at, never panicking. And that was the main match then, which was Blessington 11 points, New 1-6, and it was that was the main win. Blessington won, and they'll be playing then tomorrow. They'll be playing the RD the Loud Club tomorrow in Ockram, and that's on at 2 o'clock. So the Blessington Kevin Quinn he scored 3 points, Mikey O'Connor 3 points, and then for that new Eddie Doyle 4 points, Theo Smith 1 point, James Snell 1 point. So they all scored there, and a goal for Gary Bourne. So that there's good pictures there of Blessington as well. It just says top platform as well. Greg Maguire on the ball throughout the game and helps the possession. The talented football popped up on a score worthy of final to seal the deal for Blessington. He'd probably be on the team then, pushing McConville to him. And then on the back of it, Blessington on the road. Blessington football celebrates the home team following the county final replay win over at noon on Sunday. Blessington senior football joint captain Kevin Hanlon said nominated as joint captain with Mikey O'Connor. It was a great honour and something that he will treasure for the rest of his life. With this group of players, he began the talent there to be nominated as joint captain. So it was a great honour, he said, of winning it. So that is all the news then that's on the Bray people there. And I go back to my thing. well in develop. I'm well into the podcast now. I was just going to go through the Irish Independent news. It just says the state of the parties there. Sinn Féin, I see. Sinn Féin have lost down four. Sinn Féin, the state of the parties. Sinn Féin have 31%. Fine Gael, 21%. Fianna Fáil, 18%. Social Democrats, 5%. So that's the state of the parties there. That's the poll they took. Opinion poll, budget bounce for government parties as support for Sinn Féin drops. That's the opinion poll they done on the Irish Independent. And man who died following assault in Limerick named locally, I see. And then more about the Jason Corbett's Marie Cattle. She wrote an article there. Pity Jason Corbett's poor children being put through hell again by self-pitying Molly Martins, which I have seen there. That's the court case that's going on in America, and it's terrible controversial. And in my books there's guilty hell, but that's not my there's court case there. They probably get out, and that's the thing that's going on at the moment. Tarnished Mian Martin says Ireland must stand with Europe as he warns of uncheckable anti-EU politics. And that's then on the thing. Cocaine and gun seizure as major blow to crime gang. The family of Jason Corbett's first wife hits out at lies from Molly Martins and reveals tragic details of her death. And that's on the front page. And Bernard Jackman, a one-size-fits-all approach won't produce Ireland's next generation of rugby talent. Connacht crapped their way from a 7-point deficit to beat Ulster and go top. They won there tonight, which was very good. And now that's on the Irish Independent. That's the main stories there. That's on the That's on the Independent. I was going to go to the RTE news there. See what the latest is on that, the RTE news. So as I was saying there, the RTE news, it's not open, so I'll have to open it. The latest news is on the RTE news. Blinken pressed by Gaza ceasefire. Arabian leaders have publicly pressed US Secretary of State Antony Blinken to secure an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, hours after Palestine said an Israel airstrike killed at least 15 people in an UN-run school being used as a shelter. And Corbett's first wife family criticised untrue claims. That's then on that. And Martin urges Fianna Fáil leader speech to call for Gaza ceasefire. I saw his speech there tonight. There was nothing really thing that stood out in the speech. I saw it earlier on there. There was nothing really there in it. And then on the sports, I'll just go to the sports there. Connacht stage, as I was saying there, they staged great comeback and they won. Connacht 22, Ulster 20. That was that match there that was on tonight. And then in the Gaelic, Kilmacud Crokes, they won Era Og, they won well in the end. I think it was 11 points to 5 or 11 points to 6. Kilmacud proved too strong for Era Og. That was the match that was on tonight. Kilmacud 112, Era Og 4 points. And Shane Walsh, I think, scored 1-2 in that match. And that was the main match that was on there tonight. And then in the soccer, I see Man United hails United spirit after welcome win at Fulham, and Arsenal, Newcastle and Arsenal's unbeaten start to the season, and that won't be good news for a lot of people there in Wicklow. A lot of people support Arsenal in Wicklow, and there's a lot of people I know there in Ockram as well. They won't be in good form there when they see that result. I'm not going to name names, but I'm sure they know who I'm talking about. That'll make exciting news. The matches then on today: Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Luton Town, Liverpool. Nottingham. That's on Sunday's matches, and then on the table, table doesn't lie, as they say. Manchester City out in front, which is 27 points. Tottenham Hotspur 26, Arsenal 24. Arsenal are still doing all right. Liverpool 23. Man United are down to 8 on the table with 18 after today's win. So at least they came. I think they improved a little bit. So that was the results. Then the main results there, as I was saying there, were Brighton went playing. I thought Brighton. That's result was Brighton and Hove won one, and Fulham nil, Man United won, and that was Brentford 3, West Ham United 2, and Sheffield United 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, and they were the main matches. Manchester City 6, AFC Bournemouth 1. That was a great win there, and Newcastle 1, Arsenal nil. So Arsenal lost there today, and that is bad news for a lot of people, as I say there. So, and then the business news, that was that match there. It just says Sam Barkley freed the fallen wonder boy of Krypton, and RT controversial makes license reform harder, says Taoiseach. That's the lifestyle news. Then Daniel Gallagher on Fame, Fashion, and Ditching Instagram. And then how the anti-diet Dublin Spin Studio confronts workout culture. So that is the news then on that, and more about that news there as I was going as I go back to my see how I'm going now. I'm nearly finished now. My final episode. This is quite a long season, as I was saying in the beginning. It was started off with just uh, a thing, and I make my show now, the wrap for my show. I hope you've enjoyed my long season. It's been quite a long. I haven't had any guests as real, but I hope to get more. I hope to get guests in my next season, my next show, and I hope you enjoyed my podcast show. I gone through the Bray People news today. The Irish Independent News, the RTE News. I've gone through the sports. I just give a preview now of the match tomorrow. It's Blessington versus St. Mary's Loud team. It's going to be tough, I say. Loud have 8 players from the club. I think Kevin Quinn, if he's on form, could be close. I hope Blessington win. It could be a draw. So if I was I'd just say Blessington by one, but maybe I'd be wrong about that. That's all the prediction I'll make on that match. And then I think next week's match is Bray Emmett are playing as well, like the next match. So I just like to say the last thing. That's a wrap for today's show. Thank you for tuning in to Locals Live News and Sports Podcast Show. We'll be back soon with more news and sports, maybe a couple of weeks before the next season. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the podcast with your friends. I'm on YouTube as well. I put my films up there on my course, films and the other things. And I hope you join me back with another exciting season 4, which is in the planning. And I'll just say have a great day and thanks for listening to my podcast show. And that's a wrap, as I say. Thanks for listening and goodbye.